Shall we kick off then?
Yeah.
Welcome to the meeting. Start off with item 87, apologies for absence.
Received apologies from Councillor Mark Murphy which have been accepted.
Thank you. Item 88, declarations of interest.
Nope.
Nope. And item 89 is resolved to approve a correct record of the notes of the meeting of the committee held on the 5th of December.
Propose. Second,
Thank you.
Agreed.
Yep.
Initial, please. And initial. Signature. 9th, 23. Initial.
I'd like
And
to be
signature. Lovely. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Moving on then. Item 90, the clerk's report.
Right, Realtas. We've been experiencing problems with the software and especially the allotment software. I've been trying to contact the new owners of the company since early December and they've now come back to say that they will look into it, which I forwarded the email to everyone today. Banking mandate, the deputy clerk has completed the document which has been sent to Barclays. And the parish precept has now been signed by the chair of the council and sent to Southampton District Council. We have received the tax base, which is 3576, and I've updated the document and I will put it on the website showing the difference that makes to each banding.
You know, if you do a population search on Google, just while she's finishing that bit off, back in 2012 there was over 10,000 people in the Holwich.
10,000 in Holwich town?
Holwich town, yeah. No, Holwich parish area.
And how many have we got now?
Doesn't say because it hasn't
Just
been
one.
counted up since it. But logically,
The last census was 2011, wasn't it? And then
Yeah.
the next one was this one.
Yeah, they haven't published everything yet.
okay, thanks for that, Jan. Moving on, 91 transactions for payment. Usual rules, try and pick out 10. And I'll throw it forward. I'll kick off with the 45.95 from Chandler's.
That is for the blade for the trimmer. Just change the trimmer from a cord trimmer
Do a bladed one.
to a brush knife. There it is.
Thank you very much.
The top one, Amazon, exercise booze.
Oh, that's books. That's these books.
Ah,
So you run out of
I was
these
thinking,
books.
what exercise are we doing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the next one is booze.
Oxford A4, we go.
Yeah, thank you.
Crusader for the Christmas signs,
Yeah.
presumably that is for providing the diversion ones, but we have still got the one that is ours now, haven't we? Is that?
Yes, this is for the ones, the three. There was one as you come off the A17 at
Yeah.
Fleet, one by Fleet, and one
To
off
the
the
right.
A17.
So they're the ones that are
Yeah.
ours from now on that we can
Yes, so we
utilise.
don't
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah.
They don't actually charge us for
For the
putting the
do.
diversion
Okay.
signs out.
No, it's just those three signs.
Right.
Okay, then let's have a look at Gallagher then. Performer insurance invoice.
Sorry?
Right, the performer invoice.
Oh,
Gallagher 9516
95.
1625.
Yeah, that's, everybody's seen that. That is for the annual insurance,
Yeah.
which it's a new company because the former one released us from the 3-year deal.
When does that start?
24th of January, I
And we
think.
can then hire implant and do things like that,
Yes,
can't we?
I believe so.
Brilliant, thank you.
Which tyres, tyre repair trailer?
Yeah, that is, there we go, Whole Beach Tyres. Yes, the trailer had a nail or something in it.
That's the new trailer.
Yeah, yeah.
Parking Bay Chapels. Do you know, I walked through there yesterday, Sunday, I didn't even notice it.
No, it's
So-
quite nice, isn't it? Because it's
Yeah.
sort of natural.
Yeah.
It's It's there, there's the invoice, yeah, it's for the parking bay, yes, the
Heard back from conservation
the
officer?
conservation officer has read the email but not replied, so I will email him.
Well, hopefully, I mean, if we've got proof of when the work was completed, then even if it takes him a long time to,
But we do need
You would have thought
even
we'd
an
want one.
acknowledgement of the, I know we've got a read receipt, but that's,
well, we need to get that planning permission underway, don't we?
Oh yes, I know which one I was going to do. South Holland District Council for the business rates for the digital notice board.
yes.
Are we going to query this? Because
Yes,
I
we
do
are.
not believe that we should be paying
No.
any business rates
So,
on a
I'm-
digital board.
So we actually got given for free.
Yeah. So
And we can't
I
charge for.
I have filled in and sent off the forms for the valuation office.
You were on the phone to him the other day when I was here, weren't you?
Yeah, and it took me ages to get hold of speaking to anyone. And the guy himself couldn't understand what it was all about, because he said that the forms we've been sent had no reference to a digital notice board at all. So he told me just to strike across all the forms going NA, and just put a little explanation in, which I did. So that's gone off, but in the interim, they've issued this bill. But I'm going to send a copy of this bill to our local South Holland District Council office councillor, who was party to supplying the board in the first place, because it's ridiculous, we can't recoup any money,
Right.
and it's costing us now.
Who is it? Is it central government charging us, or is it done
No,
by
it's
South Holland?
District that charge, but
So-
it's the valuation office that
It's
makes the
through,
valuation,
yeah.
and they've done it at a rateable value of 1,500, so.
Don't know where they get that from.
and
Because
considering-
then small businesses get rate relief.
Well, yeah, so if you've got like say a similar office,
Yeah.
you would be getting rate relief and not paying anything,
Yeah.
yeah.
It'd be cheaper to have an office with a digital screen in it
In the
Yeah,
window, yeah,
than it would be.
so.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Because is that for basically a full year, or is that part year payment?
That's
that
from
would
the
be.
27th of May to the 1st of April, so
Oh,
you've
over.
got from the 1st of April to the 27th of May, so you've not, that's really
Yes.
only about 10 months,
Yeah.
so.
So you're looking at about 1,800 quid a year,
Hmm.
roughly. Wow. Okay, moving on then. Ireland farm machinery. I know what it's for, and they've actually installed it already, haven't they?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Which I didn't think was a priority job, was it?
Ireland,
Well, we also need to know from them whether it works.
I did ask Aaron, he said yes.
Okay.
Ireland, and it's the joint.
Then we can look at doing the other one, can't we?
Yep,
Yep.
the invoice is there.
Two to go.
Yep,
Oh, just a thought. Do you want to place on the open spaces agenda about the part and whether we're going to proceed with the other one?
yeah.
Just while I think about it.
Mhm. I've got two more.
Staff mileage training, £44.
That's me. That's when I went up to Lincoln.
Yeah. Yeah, the charge is full amount anyway, didn't you?
No, it was a bit more than that, my charge, less. But I just to be aware, I only ever charge from here. Because
Mhm.
obviously I come further, but I would
Yeah.
come here to work
Yeah.
anyway, so.
Yeah.
It's,
Last but not least, charity law training.
that's Lauk, isn't it?
Yes. Thought it was quite a good course.
Mm.
Certainly interesting.
Yeah, there it is.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
Sorry, I'll just sneeze.
So we need a proposal and a seconder. Thank you very much. All in favour?
Sorry?
I'm just asking for proposers and
Oh,
seconders.
right.
Which, guess who?
Yeah,
Yeah.
A or B. Okay, item 92, Christians offer recommend the full council to approve a financial statement as at 31st of December 2022.
So we have 29591,
Yeah,
219591,
yeah,
2276,195, and 2276,195.
Yeah.
And 183,61725.
yeah.
183,61725.
You said the other day you wanted to draw some money down, didn't you?
Yes, we will need to do some for early next week.
Okay.
Next week's bills.
Okay, happy with that?
Rose?
92 proposed. Agreed, thank you.
Okay, now item 93 is to propose and approve the outstanding receipts. So we've got the allotment ones first, which will be Karen sent and been in touch with everybody, hasn't she? Via letter or email or...
Right, so let me just find it. Yeah, as long as we don't
Mention names.
outstanding receipts. It's fine. We'll do allotments first, are we?
Yes.
Right.
So one of them is being considered the next meeting, isn't it?
Yeah.
The open spaces meeting.
So the ones with yellow, I've served notice.
Yeah,
So when it says letter sent, is that serving notice or
is
not?
that not green?
No, so what happened?
Yeah, there's a green one at the bottom and then there's a
Yeah,
yellow at
the
the top.
green one at the bottom, so all those
I've been notice served.
now
Yeah.
served, but that's
Yeah.
on the next open spaces
Okay,
agenda.
so you've done yellow and green.
So
Yeah.
the top one,
It's notice
that was
served.
notice served, so
Yeah.
they've got till the 31st of January.
Okay,
Second one down isn't, that's, when I've copied that, it's come out a bit
Yeah,
strange,
it's
isn't
gone,
it?
it's
Yeah.
adjusted it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Second one down isn't a problem, she's coming in, but she did, wanted to pay the other day and we,
I don't think the software was
yeah,
playing ball, was
so
it?
she's going to come back. Now the next ones down with the same surname, same people, we've got two people with the same surname at the same site,
Right.
and when it got paid, it got allocated to the wrong
wrong one.
surname. And this is one of
yes,
my
yes.
issues with Rialtas, is that we really need a better definition of who the people are, first name and that.
Good.
So they've been sent a reminder letter
Yeah,
because we thought they'd paid and they
Yeah.
hadn't.
okay.
Okay.
Then moving down to the next site, the first three promised to pay me just before Christmas and didn't, so I'll just give him a phone call.
They're away at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the last one, the green one, is we know about, so
Yeah,
that's
that's
not.
Yeah.
dealt with.
And
So
then
we're not too bad.
No, we're not.
No.
We're pretty good.
But if we've still got some of them on the list for next month, then it'll be serving
Yeah.
notice,
Yeah.
won't it?
Then the other ones, so the top one doesn't owe that £10, but it was invoiced in the last financial year, and we're
Yeah.
trying to find out from Rialtas how to deal with it. It's the
Okay.
same as the very last one on this list,
Yeah.
because if you serve a credit note now, it relates to this year's accounts, but we need to adjust.
We can't adjust last year's because it's closed
It's
off.
closed off, but
Yeah.
now we need to find from Rialtas
How
how
to
we
do
deal
it,
with
yeah.
that
Yeah,
on their system. The
Okay.
next one, that's all current stuff.
Mhm.
And again, it's current. I think it's all fairly current. Karen's got any, so then
There's one from October, isn't there?
one from October, which Karen chased the other day, that may be being paid for by the funeral director
Mhm.
rather than the individual. And the same as the next one down, which has been chased. And
Mhm.
the last one there is same as the first one, waiting to find out how we do the credit note.
Yeah.
I really want to get them shut off
They're all
because
quite recent, to be honest, aren't they? So they're not.
No, you're on top
The
of it.
cemetery stuff, it's quite
cemetery
good,
stuff
really.
is really good. It's
Because they're normally dependent on length of time.
Yeah,
Takes
no,
so
they are
long.
good.
Yeah.
And we're now doing where we don't issue with individuals, we don't issue the paperwork until we give permission until we've been paid.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, moving on then. Item 94 is the budget review.
Right. So, I've sort of highlighted those things which need I hope this hasn't done the same thing once I've printed it off, is it?
No, it's all looking in line.
So things like hire a venue,
Mm-hmm.
we need to move something to account for that. Stationery and sundries, we do.
I suggest we take it out of that 10 grand contingency. That's probably the easiest place at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah,
Because
because
we have to
then
do a big mop up in March.
anything
won't we?
else, will be mopped up and put in the
Yeah.
contingency to
You-
go in
Yeah.
reserves, won't it?
You'll
Yeah.
have a bit left over from your insurance because you've spent 10.2 and you've got 11 in there, so you haven't got any more
Utilise that then.
insurance.
Okay,
For your admin time.
Yeah, 'cause that
Utilise
one-
that.
yeah.
I suppose it's probably starting to highlight anything that you're not going to spend any more of, because if it's an annual cost and you've already done it,
So
you know
moving
what you've got left
insurance
over.
Surplus 2, so that's 4070
mm-hmm.
to
4075 and 4080
4080. So that'll be a recommendation
Yeah.
to full council in February.
Yeah.
So it's only for our record.
Yeah, that's fine.
See, February.
So then the next one's highlighted is net pay, isn't it? Well, we're at 3443.
Net
It's
pay.
on page 2. That's what's
Oh, yeah.
highlighted on mine.
Is that just because it was split weirdly?
Highlighted.
Yeah, because it's over budget, net pay for open spaces.
Where's that? I can't see
Yeah.
It's
it.
on page 3.
Page 3.
Top
Yeah,
of page
sorry.
3.
Right, sorry.
There's nothing on page 2. There's
No, mine's
nothing on
shot down to page 10, hold on. Page 3.
Yeah, top of page 3.
No, that's not that. That's, you're reading that across, that's above there, it's a total. That's showing that the litter precept. or
Oh,
litter
the
grant
income is above. Oh,
above.
that's all right then.
So you've got an extra, what, £400-500?
Okay.
Yeah. Because
In
we're
there.
under for net pay, aren't we?
Yeah.
So that's fine.
Yeah, because unfortunately, and this is what we discovered with this report, is when I do this report for the end of December, on our payments list, we've got January salaries, because that's what we have to do to agree them to pay
Yeah.
them in January. But there's no way of going forward on the budget,
Yeah.
so
So you haven't got this month's salaries
this
in
month's
this budget.
salaries aren't included in
No,
there,
no.
but what I did with like the insurance, which is a January bill,
Yeah.
is I manually adjusted these
Yeah.
figures.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
But we
fine.
should be fine, because I think we were, when we set the salaries, we were under the budgeted amount, weren't we?
Mm. So, yeah, so you've got roughly 500 surplus,
Okay.
a budget, over budget, so litter grant,
Mm-hmm.
not a precept, it's a grant.
So moving on now, then, page 5,
So
there's a
page-
63 overspent on.
No, we're not. That's because we need to adjust, because we've got maintenance for allotments in open spaces, but then we've got it individually on each allotment site.
Yeah.
So we just
Yeah.
need to change, I just need to
Okay.
change that.
How did we do it for next year? We did it for each allotment, didn't we?
I think we did, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
battlefields takes more maintenance costs than the
Yeah.
others. So they just
The
need to-
bottom, Northern's Lane, we're still waiting. That's the one with the largest one
Yeah.
waiting to
We're
come in.
received, yeah.
The same down there, that one.
What happens if they haven't paid but they've been served notice? Do they still owe us the money?
Technically, yes, but you're not gonna.
You're not
So
gonna get it, are we?
that could be a problem, because you'll be down on your
Yeah.
income quite significantly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
On page 8, sale of holly, I've got to invoice, for that, but that's not going to be the same figure because,
It's 500, isn't it?
yeah, it's 500.
So it'll be 150 down.
Yeah, so that'll be 100.
Why's the value gone down then?
Because we put it out to tender and
I think the
it was
quality of the
price.
Harley wasn't as good
Because they haven't been
because it's not.
groomed and maintained
Yeah.
properly. Page 9,
Page 9.
all cemetery fees.
Business
Business
rates.
rates.
Yeah, the business, well, that's what we discussed before, didn't we? The business rates were underestimated, so they are more.
Grass cutting's gone
So we
over.
do need to move a little bit from somewhere into that.
How's this going to work? Because when are we going to start the grass cutting season?
Yeah,
Because if you're starting it, say, beginning of March, you're still going to be in this financial year, aren't you?
And you've already
And
overspent.
you've already overspent on some areas,
some
so
areas, yeah.
because
And to be fair, that is one of the ones you want to start first.
yeah,
I'll just
Gonna
have to
have to.
ask Steve to hold off invoices until April. If
But
possible.
still-
We'll just get our staff to do it.
yeah, that's what we normally do. Extend the cutting season by using our team, don't we? So if we have to start cutting earlier, then it might
That's
have to.
only it, yeah.
Yeah, especially if it stays mild, it's going to be a problem.
Sorry.
Services. Oh, the service and maintenance, just because it's
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it's
that's
needed
fine.
to be split out.
Tree work.
Tree work, I've got to, it's in, there's one open spaces tree work, but I've got to split
Yeah.
it out to
Yeah.
site, so
Mhm.
that's
Okay.
another thing. And then inspections play equipment in Carter's Park is
over
gone over, but that's because some of that is the Rossborough report
Yeah.
on the slide. Again, the service and maintenance there, and there's obviously an error there, I've got to look into service and maintenance and repairs property, £80 shouldn't be in Carter's.
It might be because it's
Yes.
something to do with the pavilion.
Yes, it might
Yeah.
be, I'll look
Yeah.
into that. Caution with the electric there, because,
Did we already move stuff over?
we did, but yeah, it's still got quite a bit of wiggle room, it's got 500.
You know, we're
quid
probably going to have to
wiggle room.
review all of this once we've got the charity up and running. Because all this stuff belongs to Park Road Cemetery and to Carter's Park,
Yeah, no, it's, if you're doing the management agreement,
then we're okay.
all the expenditure and everything will be within our accounts,
Okay,
not
that's
theirs.
all right.
So it's, we will keep it small.
Good.
Yeah, so, you've still got, 500 wiggle room there.
Yeah.
Whole Beach Bank grass cutting.
That's over as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that needs to be considered.
So that needs to go
Close
on
to
to,
season,
well, I
isn't it?
think you need to discuss it at open spaces as to what we're going to do.
What's the plan?
Yeah,
Because
because
you
you're
need
going
to
to have to
estimate
make
when
a
your season's going to
decision
start.
as to what you're going to do.
Well,
Yeah.
realistically, in order to stop it getting too long, probably soonish, you're going to have to probably do a cut of all the areas just to keep it,
Yeah,
so that by the
We-
time you get to
We
grass
need
cutting
to
season,
inspect
you're
them
not gonna
soon.
And you're meeting
Certainly.
Whole Beach Bank Football Club this week, aren't you?
Yeah.
Because
I
it
might
is-
come along if you don't mind.
Because it is milder than normal,
It is,
so
but
Mm.
it's also wet.
Very well.
Gross grass.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
And the
you
forecast is
It may be when it starts getting drier, it'll be a good time to do one cut, just so you're not going to be
you have to see.
If I
Too
look
soon.
at the grass cutting across all sites
Yeah.
and to see the budget,
They
Yeah,
are-
and see what we've actually got there, and
Yeah.
then we can
Yeah.
prioritise that spend on
Because you
particular
don't want it
areas.
to be too long for when the contract
No, you
starts,
don't.
because that's when we get
But
the
you
complaints
also
about
have
Yeah.
it not
entered
being-
into a contract with them, and yes, okay,
Yeah, but we've all-
we can
we've-
adjust it, but you,
But when have we set the start date for?
well, it's
what for grass
For
cutting?
normal, for the
new contract.
number of cuts for the new contract.
Right, okay, so we need to sort
But
that.
what did we say the season was? March till?
March to,
March,
Whatever.
October.
Okay,
So I
so,
think
So-
the contract starts from the 1st of December.
yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
contract start date.
yeah, so, yeah, you're gonna have to think about what you're gonna do.
And remember that they're forecasting another piece from the east, aren't they? In the next fortnight. Mm.
Ooh,
Right.
Snow.
Yeah.
I'll just calm everything down a bit then.
So moving on to page 13, the repairs to the Kubota, that's just, we've got to again split out
Yeah.
the repairs and servicing.
I do worry about the cost for the Kubotas because Steve's convinced it's user error rather than
Well,
just
we need
breaking
to-
down.
Well, you also need to consider then, depending on your budget, if the repair's gone well and you are wishing to do it to the other Kubota, do you do it this financial year or next?
Yeah. Well, we don't need to do it, until they're going to use it for grass cutting.
Yeah. And they're both usable for grass cutting, but
Yeah.
you'll have to think about, are you going to do it at the beginning of the season or
Yeah.
I don't know.
We've got £129 on each Kubota surplus for insurance. So
Okay.
you can move that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that can go towards.
Yeah.
Kubotas, so move that to repairs and
Repairs.
Maintenance, yeah, if we're over on it.
Kubota.
You just come down to HR admin. We've got an awful lot of training budgets left, haven't we?
We have.
Yeah, just then before that, chapel repairs, obviously that's just where I've got to shift 30 odd,
Yeah.
the other money,
Yeah.
because it's in
Yeah.
the wrong thing. So
Yeah.
where are we?
HR, we haven't used a lot of the training because the chainsaw and working at height, they did in the last financial year.
I don't know, 13.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
13,
so
bottom of
13.
13. Yeah, they did it in the last financial year, so we budgeted for it, but we don't actually need that.
No.
So it is surplus.
the admin training, I've got to, once I'm ready to submit it on my Silka,
Yeah.
I've got to pay for the SLCC,
Yeah.
so that will
Yeah.
come out of that. Yeah, chainsaw training we did last year,
And
so
then
we've got,
Parks team training, you've got a decent amount left anyway,
Yeah.
so I would say the £1,190 is surplus from
Yeah.
it. Because you've got enough in the budget for any training if needed. But it's unlikely you're going to get booked in on many courses before.
Not
you do
now.
so, yeah, chapel repairs, I've done that. I think that's it.
Is that the calendar competition? Is that
Where is, which page number you on?
14?
14. 14. Right. Calendar competition.
Yeah. £203 expenditure, but where's the income?
Year to date.
Shouldn't the income go in there as well?
Mm.
It should be there.
And are we going to do a different nominal for the income to the expenditure? So we can actually see how much income we've got?
You should do.
Because then you've got income,
hang on.
expenditure.
Yeah.
So you'd want calendar competition income, calendar competition expenditure.
Yeah, it should be now. I'll have a look to see.
And then we can see whether we were in profit or whether we're not and how much we actually made.
Income. Yeah.
Mm.
And then council tax on the loo. About £400 left for this year, but there won't be any payments after January, will there? Or December?
Council to which one? Which point to what you're looking at?
12,
the last
12,
one.
yeah.
Yes, it will, because it's...
They're not paying over 9 months, not usually.
No.
It got adjusted,
Because
didn't it?
it got adjusted
Yeah.
several times.
Yeah.
It's the full 12 months.
Okay.
But we should have surplus, shouldn't we?
I think we should have a little bit of surplus, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
50.
So if you've got surplus from that, then that could go towards your rates overspend on your,
On Hawke.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, because it would be.
keep it within the
Same.
same sort of
Yeah.
Yeah,
budgeting.
and then your valuation and land registry.
Yes,
survey. You need to.
Yeah, we
yes,
need to get those
I'll
signed,
get,
don't we?
make a list of who's not done it and
Yeah.
ask them to come in and sign.
Yeah.
How are we looking attendance wise for full council? Because that would be the last opportunity really for signing, wouldn't it? Are we thinking most people are who haven't signed will be there?
Yeah, I'll have to look.
Yeah.
The two new ones haven't signed.
Yeah, they should be there.
Well, I remember it's in my head. Could you print a copy of the procurement policy off, please? And put it in
Mhm.
Councillor Wiltshire's place, because he's the only one that hasn't responded.
Yeah.
to have him ready,
Procurement
please.
for full council.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, if you look at some of the property rents, they weren't split right,
Yeah.
so we'll just have to play that by ear.
We did, because
Because some are over and some are.
the next financial year, we've got quite a lot under review.
Yeah, you got quite a few.
About
But-
4.
You may or may not be looking to do anything much with them.
I think
Yeah.
you're going to be quite a bit under here.
Oh, yeah, you will be.
What, under money?
Yeah. We need to seriously look at that and where we're at. What we're actually likely to get.
Yeah.
For here.
Yeah.
Well, when I worked it out for the precept, I think I worked it out on current day.
What the actual is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Again, some of that water and that I've got to.
Water here, are we still using an excessive amount?
Well, this is the first time actually it's been read as last week, so.
But
Well,
in
they're
terms of
reading it
the,
weekly.
But no.
the amount we're using, is it normal, is it excessive?
Well, I've got a meter reading, but I haven't compared it to the last bill yet.
Okay.
Oh, it's wrong.
Because I think
It is believed to be excessive.
It is,
Yeah.
I mean, I would expect.
Because
that-
what we spoke about and suggested was if you read the meter before you leave and then read it again in the morning, if it's changed at all.
Lynn's come up with an idea of turning the stopcock off,
Mm-hmm.
which is in the gents,
And
and
then
then go
check
look at,
it.
Yeah,
look
and
at
then
the
check
meters,
if
if
it's
it's
not,
still spinning.
yeah, if it's still spinning, there's a leak.
Yeah, because he said there could well be a leak between the meter and when it enters the building,
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it will be old lead pipe on
yeah.
it.
yeah, so we need to work out.
But then that's what we're gonna have to deal with because it'll be on our property, so we're
Yes.
gonna have to find it.
Yeah.
Rick's brought me in a screwdriver, so
I
I'm
have.
going to see tomorrow morning.
£5 a day hire charge.
Yeah,
If I can open it,
yeah.
then
Yeah.
that's easier because I can
Read it.
read it.
Yeah, but I think we need to try out the different things
Yeah.
to see if there is a leak.
Yeah,
Because if it's an excessive amount, then.
And then we can get it dealt with.
Are you on a meter or?
I think most people are now, aren't
It would be interesting to know what your usage in cubic meters is because that, I mean,
Comparing
we're
it.
using,
We're hardly using
we're using
any.
a lot more here than I use at home. And there's 2 of us, washing machine, dishwasher, and there's not
Well,
many people using
If
it.
you're comparing
here, is there?
the cubic meters from your home to here, it should be less here.
Yeah.
There
Should
shouldn't be
be.
any question,
No.
because we haven't got
you? You've only got the 2 toilets, haven't you?
2
Toilets
toilets,
and
a sink, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And
No
not losing
showers.
anything on the heating, are we?
No.
Not
And
having
given there's
to-
not many people in the building most of the time, it's, you know. Yeah.
So we need to investigate.
Yeah, big time, yeah.
We've just got a gas bill in today, but I haven't, obviously it's not included in these figures,
Right.
so we'll look at that next month.
Mhm.
Water and sewage. Cleaning, we will go over because when we set the preset.
Yeah, we've
it's
done
Yeah,
the
it's
old
different,
one, yeah.
yeah.
Cleaning supplies, I mean, we probably could use some of the cleaning supplies.
You're not using it now,
to
are you?
bump up the cleaning.
Yeah,
Um,
and then you've got all of your EMRs for your safe repairs,
yeah.
etc. could look at going to any work that needs to be done to the safe to make it.
Fireproof,
Yeah.
unless we move buildings.
In our 5-year plan, we would.
Well,
Yeah.
we've tried that one before.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, it's considering what's actually available.
You've got to look at A, what's available, haven't you? And B, are we pulling in enough income to fund the building?
Yeah.
Or do we need to go somewhere smaller that's
Mm.
more eco-friendly?
Or do we need to advertise to get more income?
Yeah,
Options, isn't there?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So repairs and maintenance on Cooper, and we've still got £500 left. Is that going to cover the cost of your lights?
Oh, yeah.
So that's got to be done.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
Yeah.
And is that Steve doing it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
The property repairs, the 6.8 is for the windows.
Yeah.
But it's more than that, isn't it?
Not
I
much
can't
more.
remember.
But it's not much more than that.
You've still got some fire alarm and safe repair money.
Yeah.
And redecoration.
Ah,
of
was it-
exterior.
We're using
Yeah,
the
we might be using
redecoration.
that. We used that for something else, didn't we? Or we were
No, I think you were going to use the redecoration to top up your windows.
Yeah,
that's
that's it.
Yeah.
So that's how you're going to do it. And that should be enough. So that means you've got fire alarm and safe repairs left for
Doing the bits
your
that we need
lights,
to
the
do.
safe.
And also potentially sorting out that water meter if we have got
Yeah.
to dig it up.
Yeah.
Because that's going to not be cheap.
No,
The-
I mean, no.
The
No.
fire alarm, the safe repairs and the fire alarm, we have spent from that, so I don't know why that's not showing.
Has it gone into like
on-
repairs and maintenance?
It
and
might
that?
have gone into
Yeah.
repairs and maintenance, so check
I'll check that.
that. And the next one, I think this is just
Movement from
just
reserves.
yeah, this is just all where we've
Repairs,
moved money
yeah.
from to.
Oh, then we've got the events.
Yeah, events you've come out with.
So we've still got-
some money left, but you might have potential.
We've got general stuff for
Yeah,
the
might have, but I
Jubilee.
don't know.
Jubilee, you've got money. Remembrance, you've got plenty in the car show. We overspent slightly. Halloween, you've got that. Christmas
Fair
Day.
we overspent them, but
But we set a larger budget because we were mopping up the
Yeah.
underspends before, weren't we? So, what's our total for events then?
It doesn't give you a
Doesn't
total,
give you
but
a
I think
total.
I worked it out. You were in the office. It was something like
£400 or something?
423 something, wasn't
Yeah.
it? I think it's about 700, but I would be cautious of spending that
But it's
until
whether we
March.
are going to utilise some of that money for the advertising we're going to be doing.
Yeah, I think
Given
if
it's
you're going to
now
use
we
it,
are-
if you need it for other things, then fine. But if not, we'll use it for advertising and getting signs ready for the events so that
Yeah.
we've got them.
Mm.
Just buy them,
yeah.
whatever
We
we
need
need.
to spend it next year then.
Yeah.
Have we maybe thought about doing a phase 2 of the Jubilee Garden? Are we going to do anything in there next year?
Oh yeah, because is that money in event spending or not?
Where's that?
I know we've still got money for plants in general, haven't we? But
Yeah.
I think we've still got money in the Jubilee Garden. I think we will need to buy one.
Yeah, because we was looking
Yeah,
yesterday, and
that's-
there's some gaps that we need to.
But we
Yeah.
need
Yeah.
to see
But we
whether
need to
some
see
of
what's
them
coming
are
back.
coming back or
Yeah.
not. You got all the bulbs have obviously died off now, so they just need to be chopped down.
Yeah.
I'll check the Jubilee Garden because that's in earmarked reserve, so I'll see what's left.
Yeah.
That'd be a good job for Dan, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, it says about 3,000, then we spent 2,584.
Which page you on?
I'm on page 21.
21?
2,584
Oh, yes,
we
it's there.
spent. So
Yeah.
you just got just shy of 500 quid.
Yeah.
So that's not too bad.
Well, mate.
No, you've got some of the budget left from.
So we still would, to be honest, we're looking alright.
Which is good, because then hopefully you can bump up your reserves a bit.
Yeah, exactly. Which we've got to do, haven't we?
Yeah.
Because Jan hates it when we go below 200k in CCRA, doesn't he?
No.
Gets all upset.
I'm
Okay,
going to keep it there.
Yeah.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on then.
Good,
Item
good,
95 is the meeting date.
Post that.
Oh,
Okay, thank you.
agreed?
Yeah, right. Yeah, item 95, meeting dates.
Yeah, so as full council, same as full council, all the meeting dates are there for 2023.
We set times for them or not?
I haven't put times in
Because we don't know who will be on.
because you don't know who will be on, but can I suggest 5:30 or 6? Because I think you've got to allow.
I think if we,
We'll pencil them in at about, what,
I'd say 5:30.
5:30,
Because
and
that
then
seems to be what most people can.
we can adjust them.
Yeah, if
When
we
needed.
can leave it as we've done it,
Yeah.
and then adjust it
Yeah.
each time, but at least the dates are in and people
Once we know who's on the committee after May, then you'll know better what you're doing.
There's only 4 of us anyway, isn't there, on the committee at the moment?
At the moment, yeah.
So we might want to think of increasing it, mightn't we?
Well, I think we'll probably need to review the terms of reference come, well, we'll be reviewing them anyway, but
Yeah,
from
yeah.
May, definitely.
Okay.
Proposer, please. Thank you. Agree. Yep.
Next one's 96, to review the council's insurance policy. And resolve to recommend the premium to full council.
There's an awful lot of documents there. So some of them, you've got an £800, and that is the addition of the trailer, the digital screen, and covering the roof tiles for the cemetery chapel.
It is what it is at the end of the day.
Right?
It is what it is.
Yeah, can't do anything about it.
No.
There's very few options, so
Yeah.
it's
There's
the
not many
best that
different
we've
people to
got,
go
isn't
to,
it?
is there?
And we've got a
So-
better option this time than we had, don't we? So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's nothing to really look into. You can't do anything about it.
No.
Thank you.
Item 97, the
Yeah.
Barclays Banking Act. Allow the RFO to use the Barclays Banking app on their own mobile phone.
Did you read the report? 'Cause
Yeah.
I've got some confidential information in the report.
Does
Yeah.
facial recognition, doesn't it?
Yes.
So you're fine,
Yeah.
unless anybody's your twin.
Unless he's got a photo of you in the old cat.
I don't think it works like
No,
that.
I don't think it does. No.
But I'm happy.
Yeah.
Well, if it's going to save sitting on the phone for hours with Barclays,
Yeah.
then it's the most
Also
sensible thing
allows
to
you
do.
if sometimes, you know, when you have to put the card reader in and...
Yeah, you can do it with the app
do it with
instead.
the app
Yeah.
instead.
Right, so it's quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second?
Yep.
Thank
Meaty one, next one. Item 98, investments.
Mm.
So Jan and I met with Bingham Woods, didn't we?
you.
And our personal views was that we would rather be less risk averse than we currently are. So they put 50k in some years ago, didn't they?
In
Which until
2017.
last year was doing really well. Over the last 12 months with what's been going on, we're running at not a very good profit margin now. So Jan and I would propose that for the time being we take it out of Bingham Woods, which won't cost us any money, and transfer it to CCLA, and they're running at about 3.2%.
3.842 as of the
Yeah.
5th of January.
Yeah, it's gone down today though.
That was it?
So it's a safer place, we're going to get growth. The only trouble that we did discover with CCLA is if it goes bang, we're not covered.
Yeah,
They don't have any cover,
there's nothing there.
nothing whatsoever.
Right, so what happens if it goes bang with Bingham Woods?
Die by money,
It's supported by government
yeah. So presumably government would step in and,
because it's public sector.
yeah,
Right.
Well, I think, while we're trying to get things back on an even keel and build up our reserves, then that is probably the most sensible thing to do at the minute. And then look at further down the line, even if you only put a smaller amount in and invest, and do it that way and keep more.
I'd suggest a 6-monthly review.
Yeah, I think you need to, because if the markets suddenly start
Yeah, we don't want to
moving,
miss it, do we?
you don't want to miss out.
No.
I mean, even if you halve the investment,
Yeah,
Yeah. So you're not risking as much.
yeah,
So what do you want to do?
so
now?
propose that we put it into
Given the
CCLA
market, so-
initially
Yeah.
now, but review it 6 months later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still obviously keep in touch with Bingham Woods
yeah,
as to
what's going on?
what's going on,
Yeah.
what
But
their advice would be, because they are
Yeah.
very good at what
Oh,
they
yeah,
do.
yeah. He did say they don't make any money out of us
No.
at all. Our account's running at a loss for them, isn't it? So,
My concern would be if come the end of the financial year, we were reporting that that 50 investment was 49 something
yeah,
or less.
You've lost
and
money.
then
Yeah.
you're not looking at...
At least you've made money across period of time, haven't you?
Yeah,
So
it
if
may
you
take
take
money.
it out
So if you
now,
take it out now,
put it
and
somewhere
play
where
it
it's
safe,
safe,
Yeah,
and then if it looks like it's,
and then look at potentially if the market starts to move significantly,
Well, then
putting
we-
in a smaller investment
Yeah.
that we're not going to.
yeah. And if they suddenly start going up rather than having 6 months review, we
Yeah.
can,
yeah, we
We
can
can-
change the, yeah,
we change it, can't we? We stick it on the agenda.
and just keeping an eye on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Second.
Okay. Great.
Yes. Item 98, Realtas.
Mm.
I'm sure you've all seen the emails that they're floating around.
We haven't yet received the quote from the other people yet, have we?
Not
Not
best.
final quote, not final
But
quote.
at the end of the day, we're not happy with what we've got, are we?
No.
At all. We have a load of false promises made that we probably can't do anything about because Caroline is no longer having
No,
out this issue.
we're not getting the upgrades, well, they've upgraded us, but we can't use them because of the way they set it up originally.
Yeah, it's not our fault.
And the resolution is one of the major problems, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it just, you've got to keep coming out, changing it, logging off, logging
Yeah.
in. It's not
It's
working.
not saving time,
No,
is it?
the software's not developed enough as a cloud-based software.
No.
And there's some elements that you can't actually do, like Section 137 payments. You know, there's some of the allotments, bits and pieces is not
Yeah,
as up to scratch as it.
and their proposed price increases are astronomical.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't actually signed the terms and conditions,
No.
which was wonderful. But if we have, they say they won't put their prices up more than 5% than the rate of inflation.
Yeah,
And no matter which way you calculate it, every single price increase is more than 5% above the rate of inflation.
yeah,
So
So you've got to get out.
you've got to get out clause,
Yeah.
because it doesn't really matter which angle they look at it from.
However, if you're going to be changing, you need to be running it,
You need to be running it in tandem, so you've not
so
got
you're
a
not all of a sudden got a major issue.
Yeah.
You've got to pay in March.
Exactly, so we
Yeah.
need to get this sorted out pretty swiftly.
So I think we need to be arranging, I mean, we know realistically the other people will be cheaper.
yeah. Well, we need to do
We'll get a final quote, but we need to do a demo
a demo before
to
the
make
next,
sure we're happy with
next
it.
finance meeting.
Yeah,
And then go
Then
with the
make a
proposal of
decision.
changing it to the
Yeah.
new one.
Yeah.
so the idea would be that we're going to change, but
Yeah.
we need to make sure that software is up to scratch
Yeah,
before we commit.
Yeah.
And then if we do commit to it, I'd recommend a shorter term. It'll be more expensive to the council, but
short
just in
term.
case,
Well, if you do one, take it to the 1 year one,
yeah,
and then if it's successful, then
then you can
the following
extend,
year we can
'cause
extend it for,
you can extend it to up to 5 years with them,
yeah,
which means you get a better deal,
yeah,
but you need to be happy with it before you commit.
yeah, of course.
So,
Yeah. Proposal and second it. Don't really matter, does it? This is-
No.
Okay, moving on then, 99, to resolve to agree to pay the Barclay card now due to the payment date.
Yes, so it's due.
Propose that.
Second.
Item 100, to resolve to agree to substitute model as the defibrillator.
We've got to get on
No
with it.
choice, have we?
Are we able to substitute the company as well?
The existing company can get us another one in 4 or 5 weeks.
But the other company that we bought the previous other defibrillator from has already arrived and
We've
we've
got
got
an issue with the cabinet, because we've already received the cabinet from this company,
Right,
and they've got another defibrillator which is better because it does children as well,
right.
and it fits in the cabinet that we've already had
But
delivered.
will the other company not fit in the cabinet then, or do we not know?
That information I don't know.
Well, it's the same
because-
cabinet, as far as I can see, it's in exactly the same box
Oh, is
that we
it?
have.
Well,
in
the same box, the boxes are the same size in the
Right.
safe, so.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
So
the
have we
answer.
paid for everything?
Yes.
So,
And it's
yeah.
money that came from district, and district are getting quite cross, but then
What
it's
do we
not
do?
it's beyond our control.
Well, as we've paid that company, if they can substitute a different model,
But it
Fine.
must arrive within those
If it
timeframes.
doesn't
and if
arrive
it
within
doesn't,
that, then we'll do a
then we
different
have
model.
to cancel.
So, change model.
Yeah, but if it hasn't arrived within the time frame stated, then we change company.
I mean, the only other option you have got is to swap what you've actually already got and
well,
get
we need,
one up and running down there because we've got it.
yeah, but we need
Because
to look
the other
into
one-
getting the installation done in the other one.
I know we
We've
do.
got permission to do it, it's
Yeah.
all set.
Well, the other option is to go to the other company, who might be able to provide it really quickly,
Oh, they could, yeah.
and then go back to the original company and say, cancel it, we want our money back.
I mean, if you give me the
But
authority
they have,
to deal with it, I
Yeah.
can.
whatever's the best option.
Yeah,
Yeah.
either or. Whatever.
Because presumably we've paid for everything from the company, so we've already received the box.
Yeah,
Well, it also is dependent on whether the other one will fit in the box.
is the box still sitting here?
Yeah, they're in the
I would
same.
suggest they're standardised enough that,
They probably
should,
are,
you know,
yeah.
it shouldn't be excessively bigger or
No,
smaller.
you wouldn't think so, would you?
But
So to resolve to agree to order a substitute model due to supply issues, and then if you can just amend agenda item to
order from a different company if
So-
needed.
change model, but if not arrived in time frame, change company, give me authority to deal with as long as no more costs in.
Yeah.
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 So could I have a proposer and a seconder for the amendment? Thank you. And for the agenda item. Thank you.
Brilliant. Item 101 is to resolve to recommend to full council the grant application received.
Did you see where I'd
Yeah.
annotated the
Yeah.
grants policy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's,
Yeah, I mean, I think what you've put there is correct.
Yep.
However, they have received grants from us previously. And the bit at the bottom where you're talking about, obviously you're talking about the overall national body, but they as an individual, I should say they're running at a loss, I would imagine.
yeah, it's not the same as if you've got a charity and they've got a branch, because they run as an individual.
They run as an individual.
So then, it probably needs clarifying within that.
We need to probably
section.
amend it slightly,
But I would,
maybe.
my personal opinion would be they don't fit in those two brackets.
They do technically.
They shouldn't intentionally fit in those two brackets, because that's not what we meant by
No.
that.
With
If
a
you see
more
what I
meaning, so say like, for argument's sake, a branch of a.
Like Red Cross or something
Yeah,
like
yes,
that.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
like a national
Because
charity.
they all help each other through the
Fund,
whole
yeah.
hierarchy, whereas with this situation, you
Then-
have to stand alone.
Yeah.
Don't you?
It's only £150 as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
So propose to recommend it?
Yeah.
And I think as well, we'd have to look at amending any organisation that makes a profit or a surplus. Because by profit or surplus, you mean that they are not reinvesting it. So if they have like reserves
like the
or
Christmas
something like
lights.
that,
I think they've sitting on the surface, aren't they?
but they are doing it with the intention that they're building up reserves to
Yeah, yeah,
purchase
yeah,
new
yeah.
lights.
That's just new.
If it's not clear from their accounts, then you probably need to ask the question
Yeah.
and get confirmation in writing.
Mm.
But
I did, on this one, I did check with Lauk, which is where I got the power to do it
Yeah.
for 'em. And they just said that it was legal, but just check our own policy to make
Yeah.
sure our policy is
Yeah.
correct, yeah.
Good.
Mhm.
Item 102.
Mhm.
Next meeting's on the 6th of February at 5 o'clock here.
Do we need that?
Should we amend that to 5:30, just
Yeah,
to
I
be
think
safe?
so.
Okay. Ding dong, meeting closed.